want to walk you through a couple of things from our platform. This is actually how the main dashboard looks like, right? You have the map. You can select map options like standard, satellite, or modern, right? You can even change a few things like overlay, traffic, weather, locations, if you have geofences, clusters, and you'll see a couple of things here, but this is more for indoor tracking. You'll find the map here. You'll see your assets on the left side, right? Your devices. You got a couple of options here. But I just want to walk you first to one of our first devices. Let's take this one, for example. Actually, let's take this one, for example. So what can you do with this sort of information? When you click on a device here again from the left side, you're able to see different modules here. So you get the trips history, right? You can actually see where this vehicle is located. This is for today. You can go back as yesterday, this week, last week, this month, last month, or even custom range it. Now, when you click or select on the trip history, you will be able to see that it is very chronologically clean, right? You get to see the number of stops for the day, the time that it stopped, the driving time, the driving distance, the idling time, and the total exceptions that happened throughout the trip. You'll see when the first stop started, while the driver was driving, and then when they got to the next stop. So apparently they did some stops here, 8 total. So again, it's accurate with what it's showing right here. So we give you instant insights right away when you don't expand this option, right? You can actually see the exceptions here. It says here it happened 8 exceptions, for example. So I just want to make sure if we take a look at this, we can potentially see which type of exceptions they were. So I want to see here, for example, phone usage, right? You can actually see that the user was using their phone while driving, and you get to see the road-facing camera. This will tell you exactly the location where it happens. It will tell you exactly the vehicle that had this exception, the driver if you assign it, the speed that they were going to, the rule that was broken, and the severity that you need to give to that rule. It will give you the date, time, and location. You can add comments to the rule, so you can actually coach the driver. The idea of all this system is to help the driver behavior as well. So going back to trips, you get to see the total exceptions here again. All the broken rules or exceptions that happened that day. You get to see the measurements. This means this device has a diagnostic box that actually reads diagnostics from the vehicle: the mass airflow, ignition, engine speed, engine load, coolant temperature, battery voltage, average oil consumption. Moving to the camera side, you're able to see live streaming. Right now, the device is on sleep mode, but you can actually wake up the camera. It's a feature that we added. It's called Wake Up Alert. You can actually start streaming and the camera will automatically just wake up. Now you can see the live streaming when you click here, and also you can, with this icon here, you can send text message to the driver and the camera will just replicate it as an audio message, meaning that your driver does not need to be grabbing his phone, as these devices have built-in speakers and microphone. So you can send whatever message you want here and just send it, and the camera will just replicate it as an audio message. Now, this is a new cool feature we added: historical streaming. Historical streaming, think about it as you're watching Netflix and you left out on an episode and you just want to go back and watch where you left on. This is a historical streaming feature. So you can request a video, you can select a date, right, that was recording. You can go back, right, and say, hey, I want to see this device, for example, the latest record they have is Monday the 6th, because it's probably when it got installed. You can select here, select the time that you want to see. And before retrieving this footage, that you can also select the duration, you can actually see a preview here. So let's say I want to see a preview that happened at 10:20, right? So I can apply these changes here, and I can actually see, for example, here a preview. Right now, since the camera is offline, you cannot see the preview, but you can still find a preview when the camera is online. Meaning, if you're looking for something that was not triggered or something that you want to look for, you can just select the time, find it, see the preview, and if you find it, just select the duration of the video that you want to retrieve and send the video, right? That will generate the footage and will be sent to your email or to your preferred method. It can be an SMS as well. So this is mainly the overview of the camera. Now, you'll have all your assets in here, right? In here, you can see the asset name, the driver that's been assigned to, the last location, last communication, camera status, the groups that this device or camera belongs to, the oldest recording, meaning how back you can go in time to see recordings, and the last recording, and of course the recording health, to make sure that your device are recording. If it's not recording, it will show no recording, and that's when you need to address a ticket with us. Device health. This is a very cool feature because it will tell you exactly on your fleet how many devices have not been installed, how many are communicating, how many are offline more than 3 days, and how many are just offline. Also, recording health will tell you if your cameras are recording or how many cameras are not recording. Data top usage is the data consumption that your device is doing per the period of time. Right here, you'll see that is selected for the month, of course. So you can see how much it's consuming of data for that device. On the safety aspects with the platform, what we wanted to do here is we wanted to give our customers rapid insights, right? And in-hand insights. So you can actually assign drivers and see how your drivers are performing. For your whole fleet, you can actually see how your vehicles are performing and behaving on the safety aspects. For this use case, I'm going to refer here, for example, to drivers. We have 4 drivers, right? You get to see the total incidents. Since they haven't been assigned, they will not show here. But if you move to vehicles, then you will see the total incidents that they have presented from this period of time, January to January 11, and you can just go ahead and select another preferred time, and this will go against the selected time. So if you select this week, these safety performance and these insights will go from last week, right? To see if they improved or decreased. You'll get to see the total incidents for review, the total incidents that have been coached, the average days that it takes you to coach, and a few summary of distance driven per your fleet, time driven, safety score, and previous score. Now you can get granular on this and select by vehicle, and these will change as per vehicles, right? Total incidents. Just gonna go back for the sake of the demo, and you can see actually the safety performance. It will tell you exactly how your fleet is doing. The coaching performance as well, very important, and the risk factors for your whole fleet. So meaning most of your vehicles or drivers are breaking the moderate speeding rule, right? You can get granular with drivers or vehicles and see, okay, this one, for example, Mohit, his risk factor is the cell phone you use while driving. So you can actually click here, see the total count of events, the rate, the impact, and the action that rule takes. And you can select it and see when it happened, right? If this needs some coaching, then you can see here when it happened, the video, and you'll see the vehicle, the driver, the address where it happened, the date of the incident, the duration that it got recorded, and the status, if it needs coaching, if it has been coached, it has been reviewed, or if it needs review. Or you can just dismiss it if it's a full alert. You also get a scorecard per vehicle and per driver when you select a certain time. You get the ranking, the vehicle, the score, the safety exceptions, the distance driven, and the other merits, which is the punishes that calculate with the exceptions and the time driven. On the work aspect is something that we implemented for job orders or dispatching. You can actually create job orders here, create a job, tell them where they're going, the job name, job reference, the due date, the addresses that they need to follow. And of course, you can add any type of forms. We have customized forms that you can easily do yourself and send it to your drivers or assign it to somebody. The same with orders. On the form side of things, as I mentioned, we have a couple of templates already implemented, mainly pickup and delivery. But you can actually create a form very easily. You can create new form, add any sort of text that you want. Maybe you want a driver's number, or maybe you want a multi-select response here, a date and time, the driver location, the customer location. Maybe you need to scan a document or take a photo of that delivery. Maybe you need to upload a file, let's say an invoice. Maybe you need to charge the customer. You need to add the currency, or you just need a proof of delivery so you can add a signature, right? And this will create your customized form. You can just save it, name it whatever you want to name your form, the description, if it's going to apply to all entities or all users, the categories, right? If it's going to be on a certain rule or on a certain trip, and you can add this. This will show you if the fields were correctly completed. You can save it, and then that's when you can send or assign a form into a job. The maintenance module is new. We just released it this week. But you can actually see maintenance requests, repair orders, right? You can assign them, create a repair request, select per asset, the due date, that priority, if it's going to be low, moderate, high, or critical. If you're doing this maintenance on preventive or corrective or safety, project, inspection, service, emissions, breakdown, you can do it as granular and as specific as you need, and add a brief summary as well. Plus, you can add some products and services and labor, so you can actually see the quantity that you have, the unit cost, and the total cost that's impacting. On the report side of things, we have a couple of reports that we created. We have a lot of them because it's a demo account, but we created some specific reports based on customers' feedback and industry's feedback, right? So this is already available for you. This is a beta version, but for now it's going to be free. Now, I want you to go to the admin side of things, which is the most important part. In here, it's very simple to navigate, as you can see. You can add users here. You'll find the first name, the username. You can see your drivers, the passengers, if you need to add passengers, technicians, and users, right? You can assign them here. Users, how do I create a user? You can just simply create a user by adding the username, select the groups that user will belong to, the time zone that he's on, the first name, their last name, their employee ID, their security level that you want to give them. Maybe it's just a driver, right? So you want to hide everything, hidden views, or no video at all, right? Only give him a video, or only a viewer and he cannot do anything. But maybe you're an administrator, a general user, so you want to be able to do everything. Or you have a supervisor that you want to give administrator security level, right? So you can select in here whatever you want to tailor that user to have access to. You can have their phone. You can select multiple maps here. The here maps, the Google Maps, the most common and trustworthy maps that we use. You can now select languages like Spanish or English. The measurement, if you want it metric or imperial, depending on where you're based. And you can select the profile details. If it's going to be a general user, a driver, a passenger, a technician, you can get, again, more granular on this stuff. The working hours, their supervisor name, the skill tags, their start location, the vehicle that's assigned to them, their driver identification key, the cost per hour on overtime, so you can actually see when to assign this driver and where not, cost per kilometer, and you can even get a few things on hours of service, personal details, title name, their license number, the license state, the date of birth, and their start date. Also, you can create groups. Groups can be added by devices. They can be added by regions. They can be added by different locations, right? That's really up to you, and you can add any type of icons so you can easily identify them. You can add new tags if you want. This is a cool feature, so you can add a tag, name the tag if it's going to be for skills, coaching, maintenance, location, or jobs. Here, I want to show you the rule side of things. I'm going to skip these two for now. But the rule side of things, you can customize any rule. But on the safety management, there are certain rules that are already pre-configured by default, meaning that no seatbelt rule, hard acceleration, hard brake, hard turn, moderate speeding, aggressive speeding, no seatbelt, hard acceleration, hard brake, hard turn, again, moderate speeding, aggressive speeding, following distance detection, lane departure, forward collision warning, rolling stop warning, cell phone use while driving, following distance detection, lane departure, forward collision warning, rolling stop warning, cell phone use driving. Now, you see here it says custom safety rules. This means if you want to create a certain rule, you need to create it here, and it will show on this dashboard the rule name that you gave it, the rule score that you gave it, the group that it belongs to, the description, the severity that you want this rule to impact their scorecard, and the action to be taken. Meaning if you want a screenshot or a video uploaded to the cloud, or the camera to talk to the driver, or assign it to their supervisor, this will show you the action that the camera is doing. Meaning this is a snapshot with a text-to-speech, this is a video uploading to the cloud, this is just an email or an SMS, right? So you can select the action here. Now, how do I make these custom rules affect my driver's safety scorecard? You need to go to the safety management, scroll all the way down, and in here where it says custom safety rules, all you need to do is add a rule. You will find the rule that you created, click the checkbox and save it. And then that rule will just migrate to your safety management and will affect the scorecard. Cool thing about all these rules and this platform and our cameras is we have a coaching management aspect, meaning there's a lot of rules here, so don't pay attention to it, but you can actually add any rules that are essential to you that maybe you don't have time or you don't want to review, or you don't have a team to review these things. So you can enable the video managed services, and our team, a human from our team, will review these videos on your behalf, and we'll only send you the videos that require reviews or that need to be coached based on the rules that you selected to apply to the managed services. We take 24 hours to respond for this, but we save a lot of time for you on the coaching aspect by only sending you the ones that are worth reviewing or coaching. Audit section of the platform, you can actually see per date what your user did. They just log in, or maybe they updated a rule. So it will tell you exactly what a user did when they navigated in the platform, right? And to which assets or to which rule. So anything that happens here will be on audit, will be shown in here. So that way you can actually check that nobody deleted one of your devices, or that nobody deleted a video, or that somebody entered to do what exactly within the platform. System settings, this is the general system settings, right? You can actually add your company name, the phone number, the time zone, the business description, the industry that you guys are on, maybe the currency, the map provider, as I mentioned, the streaming protocol. If you have server side, you can add company location. You can add, for example, database name, language, carrier, your website, your primary point of contact. You can enable the feature preview, the telematics user sync, add the average fuel consumption, the idling consumption, and the current fuel cost. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do in here. For the work aspect, you can add your logo. This is totally white labeled. You can change your logo right here, and we can change the URL for you. So it would just look like you own actually the platform, and we will only stay in the back helping you on the support side of things. You can select the company work hours, right? This is very helpful. There are a couple of things that you can enable or disable based on your jurisdiction. A lot of custom fields that you want, if you want something to show or not to show, and integrations that we have built with, for example, with ChatGPT. On the assets, I forgot to show you how to add an asset here. It's the same as a user. You just click on assets, go on the right side, create a device, put the name of the device, the group that that device will belong to, the icon that you want to give it, if there's a driver assigned to it, the manufacturer, the model, the color, the year, the VIN number, the license plate, the status, the odometer, the skill tag, or the engine hours. You can even upload a photo of the asset. I don't want to do it here because I don't want to change. Let me just grab one here. Settings, you can change a lot of things in here. So let's say you already created your assets, right? So you can actually go in here and see some of the settings, right? This is not a good example because this is a tracker. Let me just grab one camera here. This one, for example, I'll show you. So you'll have the serial number of your device, the third-party telematics serial number, meaning if you work, for example, with Geotab, you can enter the Geotab serial number, and you can migrate rules from Geotab directly through here that will affect the scorecard, or that will trigger an event or a video. The tracker type that you have, the last communicated, we have some configurations that come for default. If you want to enable or disable the cabin facing view or the road view, or maybe you just don't want them to show live streaming or the resolution, you can change all of it in here, and you will find some calibration methods as well, so you can properly install that device. Just to double check here. Going back to the rules, I wanted to show you how to create a rule. Once you create a rule here, you can name the rule that you want, select the groups that this rule will be affected to, the description of the rule, and the severity that you want to give it. If it's going to be none, low, moderate, high, critical. What do I mean by this? Maybe you want a non-smoking rule alert, right? Because you deliver propane gases. So you can actually select that as critical. You can add the rule source, right? That's coming from the camera. The rule type, I don't know. I'm just going to select something here. Driver fatigue. And you can select what action do you want that rule to make. You want to upload a video to the cloud, to our system. You want the camera to take snapshots because maybe it's a seatbelt rule and you don't really require a video to know that the driver's not wearing a seatbelt. So you can just select a couple of seconds here, and it will take 3 pictures here that will be sent to you that showing you that the driver's not wearing a seatbelt. You can even send an event notification, right? So, hey, I want to send an email to somebody. Here, you can select the email that you want that event to go to. You can select an SMS. So you just need to enter the contact phone number of the person that will get this alert through an SMS. You can get the text-to-speech. This is a very, very cool feature. Maybe we're talking about driver fatigue. You want the camera to talk to the driver and say, hey, please pull over and contact your supervisor. So when this rule happens, and when it gets triggered, the camera will just replicate this audio message to the driver. Or you can also just send it for review and coaching immediately. You can escalate it to somebody here and say, like, hey, I want this person to get it immediately or maybe daily. So this is what the platform basically looks like. Now, you get a couple of more things as a reseller. You get the support side of things where you can actually add training videos of your own or ourselves. You can add booking demo links. You can have your customers raise a ticket through here with you. You can have install scheduling through here. So you can add any sort of links that you want from the back end, and your customers will be able to go through here without having the need to go to send an email. There's very positive things here. If you go to the main dashboard, you'll find a button here called What's New. Actually, it's on the support. They changed it. But right here, What's New, you can discover a few things that we have released, right? And as you saw at the beginning, there are some pop-ups that come out here and say, hey, we recently updated this, or we have these new features. So you can actually see, hey, what's out there? I want to see any tutorials. Perfect. You can just select here, go to tutorials as how to do some stuff in here, or you can just go to the knowledge base. You can see your maps per trips or per proximity if you're looking to set up a job for a driver, right? So you can actually create a proximity alert, so you can actually set up a job. Now, a couple of other things, you can also create location if you want to create a geofence, for example, right? You can select, hey, I want to select a geofence that goes either as a circle here, right? So you can select here, and I just gotta be closer, but I'll just do this. Why this is not working? There we go. So you can select a polygon and start adding points until you fill your geofencing, or you can just simply create a circle and expand the radius that you need, right? So you can actually create, again, your geofencing. So you can work on alerts on customers or your own yards when vehicles come in and out. I hope you understand the platform here. Mike, let me know if you have any questions. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the platform. Thank you for watching.